What's good, y'all? What's going on? Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Damn it. Alright, so today we got Flannel Daddy in the building. Let's go. Today we're gonna be talking about the recent, we're gonna call it G6 videos, because I know YouTube be flagging stuff. We're gonna talk about the recent G6 videos, and we're gonna be talking about basically, hold on, let me change this light real quick. There we go. We're gonna be talking about the recent G6 videos and how the media has been lying to us, and how they've been controlling the narrative. And I'm gonna go a little deeper than that. I'm gonna tell y'all how they're low-key controlling the narrative, which is controlling the minds, which is controlling the future. If you can control what people see on the airwaves, and people watch the airwaves a lot, like a lot, whether that be radio, music, talk shows, what people are talking about, and what they're thinking in conjunction, people are really malleable. They say people stop being malleable after a baby. I don't think that's true. I think people are malleable until at least 30 years old, on their belief systems and stuff like that. Because I really changed minds. I used to be a liberal, now I'm conservative, a controversial conservative. Anyways, if you can control what people hear a lot and stuff, it's kind of like programming. Like, it's kind of like MK Ultra or something. Like, if you can hear something over and over and over and over and over again, if enough people say it, then it must be true. And what reporting has turned into today, it's who can get the story out first, not who can get out the most accurate story or who can get out the truth. It's who can get their story out first. None of that other stuff even matters now. It's who can get it out first and who can justify their reasoning and their means the best. Pretty much nobody cares about the truth. You could watch something happen and then, oh well, the news said this or the news said that. I haven't watched the news in about 2 years. Stopped watching after COVID hit. Reason being is I used to count how many positive things I've seen on the news. And if you listen to the news all the time, you just think the world is a crazy bad place all the time, everywhere, always. You'd never get out and do stuff. And anyways, I used to count on like one hand, and they used to cycle the same stuff on the news, and I used to always be like, they about to talk about this one good story, this one bad story. It was just robberies, carjackings, murders, businesses closing down, fires, everything. It's just like nothing good is on the news. Like, it isn't called like the bad news, like Bad News Network or nothing like that. It's the news. Like, we need good news too. But that's what they want to portray, that everything, you always got to be such. So that being said, the narrative of the QAnon shaman, whatever dude, was pushed so hard. And I knew when it happened, because I know people that were there. I know that it wasn't as crazy as they did. Even with the BLM riots, it's always, I'm sure there was some peaceful stuff, but there's always those outliers. There's always stuff that, I think it was federal agents there, to be honest, to incite the violence. But violence, who got hurt, who got killed? One person, I think. And then the guy that they said got killed was in the video walking around like, they said he died under questionable circumstances. He got hit in the head with a fire extinguisher, and that's how he died. Man, we need a second party autopsy. I bet you if it was a black dude, then BLM would have been all over it. They would have ordered 3 autopsies, and nothing would have never happened. I'm gonna talk about them in my next video. But if you could control the past, you could control the future. So people have been trying to, basically, I think the whole movement was a cover up for the BLM riots. Like, they wanted to make something bad happen on the other side so that A, Trump couldn't run again, and B, so that they can justify an ends to a means to an end, sorry. so that they can basically say, well, y'all did this, so we did this, or so y'all did this, so don't even look at this because this is just, just throw that in the closet. Throw that. We're talking about billions of dollars worth of damage. People murdered, thousands of people arrested, but they say it was a summer of love, summer of peace. Like CNN reporting on stuff, saying that it's mostly people protest. He got on a gas mask, and stuff on fire behind him, but oh no, it's mostly peaceful, but just don't worry about the fire and the deaths and the arrest and the injuries and the businesses burning down. They got insurance. What about the black businesses? I never understood the purpose of rioting. Who are you showing that you mean business? Who? The police? Your communities? Who do you think has to pay for this damages? It's not going to be it's not going to be BLM. It's not going to be the police. It's not going to be the firefighters. It's going to be you. So you're basically destroying your communities, but then you wonder why your community can't have nothing nice. Why people have to gentrify to give your communities value. Just think before you act, man. Think before you act sometimes. Just put some thought and then peer review your thoughts with other people and see what they say. Because if 9 people say that you're an idiot, odds are you're an idiot. Simple. But anyways, back to the narrative at hand. So they're controlling how people see stuff. So they're controlling the events of how people see it. Like they're controlling the outlook on the event itself. And not only that, they're going to control how it's written in the history books. And like I said, if you could control the past, you could control the future. So if they could control the history books, they can control how people see the future, how people can see the future. So they'll be like, no, if you run with this party, y'all did this and y'all did that and y'all did this. When like, whoa, that didn't have nothing to do with me, but you're associated with that somehow, right? The BLM, through the media, isn't associated with no political party, even though I think it should be, because obviously it was funded and they gave a lot of money to the Democratic stuff. Now, I'm not a Republican, obviously. I'm a conservative, right? But still, we have some of the similar values and stuff. I really tried not to dive too much into the political side of stuff. I like reporting on the news. I like investigating on the political news, but that's about as far as I'll go. Because it goes pretty deep with me. It goes pretty deep with me as far as like the influence on people's minds in the media and stuff like that. And controlling events, basically. They're controlling events because they control the news. All of the news stations are ran by a couple people. So whatever they believe, that's what is being broadcasted, and that's what's being sent out to the people for everybody to see. Crazy, isn't it? That's why I'm more of a favor of local stuff more than national. Local, like newspapers, even still they have an influence from bigger companies, but I'm still more in favor of local stuff, like local politicians being, actually sitting down and speaking to your local reps and stuff like that, and investigating your local politics more than the bigger stuff. The big stage, really, people give him more of an inflated ego because the president doesn't control our country. He only controls one branch of our country. Oof. People forgot about that. There's 3 branches: executive, legislative, and judicial. They only control the executive. Really, the judicial has more power over anything because they enforce the law. The Supreme Court is the one who has the supreme law of the land, so they make the laws for all over. Roe v. Wade is the perfect example. Even though states and cities have an individual right to enforce it or not, and to adopt the legislation, but once it hits the Supreme Court and it passes, it's basically law. Like, just like marijuana being a basic example, there's some states that legalized it, but federally it's still illegal. So you can still be prosecuted if, I don't know, if your state has like a certain amount or whatever, but still, just saying. That's why the Supreme judges are a bigger deal than what people think. They think the presidency is, because he's the leader of the executive, but the judicial is actually, or maybe he's the leader of the legislative. I don't remember. It's been a long time. I ain't done this stuff since 8th grade. It's been like 20 years. It's been like 15, 10, whatever. Anyways, so they're controlling how people think. They're controlling the information that you see, hypnotizing. They're controlling how people think and see. So who's to say that they're not controlling more than just that? I mean, I'm all for limited government influence over my life. And that being said, I pay taxes, I still have to do, jury duty and all of that stuff as it comes with being a citizen of the United States. But at what cost does this come for us? At what cost? What's it gonna take for us to find out the truth? Like, that happened 2 years ago, and we're just now finding out the truth about it. That's why I always wait to comment on something until the truth comes out. I do the same with any product that I'm reviewing or product that I get. I always wait till they work out the bugs for the first batch, and then I get the second batch or the V2, or we fixed this problem, here's the updated version or whatever. I always wait to get the truth now, because I remember the Jacob Blake thing. Everybody thought he was dead. Like, they was like, oh my God, we got to riot again. We just got done rioting, destroying, and pillaging yesterday. We got to riot again because he's dead. And I'm like, let's wait it out, guys. Let's wait it out and see. That's what I told my friends. And they was like, hey, you was right. And it got to the point where I could predict the events that were unfolding before they unfolded. I was like, yep, somebody else is going to get shot. They're going to want to riot again. Somebody else is going to get shot. Because I used to see that was a distraction from the events that was unfolding in the White House or unfolding in the legislator. I've seen it. Like, I've seen, Biden came out and they said he didn't pass his competency test or whatever. And then there's like, this happened in him. They found out that Biden got supported 50 million by BLM. Oh, riots. Oh, he got shot. Riots. I'm like, it's predictable in my mind. I can see it come before it happens. Like, it's crazy. People are so easily distracted. Now, the whole school shooting thing and stuff, or just the cop shooting, we're going to talk about that in a separate video. I have like 4 different videos where I'm going to talk about that coming up in the future. But just stay tuned for that. Let me know what you guys think about this, man. I would say sit back and wait for the facts. That's the quote of the day for this video. Anyways, you guys like these videos, like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. This has been Flannel Daddy, controversial, conservative. And hey, I'm just talking, and it's just my opinion. If you like it, cool. If not, oh well. Peace.